Hi, good afternoon. Well, welcome to Pep Talks with Tanya. Out here in this beautiful, crispy day in New York City with nice aeroplanes in the background, but that's all good. you know, I just want to talk a little bit about just visions for 2024 and some ideas, a pep talk that you might need from me about that and kind of how to guide yourself in life and starting with, this year, 2024, and hopefully can take you throughout your entirety of your life. So, visions for 2024. One of the things that I like to do first off is have a definite chief aim. Think and Grow Rich, really good book that describes that in detail. So, having a definite chief aim is basically having a goal, and this goes beyond resolutions, right? Because everyone says, "Hey, I have a New Year's resolution," blah blah blah. But a regular resolution is a little different from definite chief aim, and let me tell you why. When I think of resolutions, I think of something you're trying to get. You're trying to make it. You're hoping, right? Hoping to get there. A definite chief aim is determining your desire and knowing that, all desires, any desire means that it's already yours. It's already yours. If it wasn't, you wouldn't have thought of it as your own unique thing, right? It's not a resolution. You're not trying. It's already done. It's just moving to the knowing and conviction of that. So I want to talk a little bit more about that. So I know sometimes it's really difficult for people to even determine what they even want to desire. Like, what do you mean? So I think it's really important maybe to have these 5 categories I'm going to name right now, and to think about maybe within those categories. And it doesn't have to be something extravagant. To me, it's all the same thing. It could be something as little as, I don't know, I'm going to walk more or something like that. So I'm just going to give you examples. So we have like 5 categories. First, we have your career, right? We have wealth, your health, your family, and then your social life, your friends, and things of that nature. So you can start with those 5 categories and then think of maybe within those categories something you would desire, right? So desiring something means you already have it. Neville Goddard. What does that mean? We know creation is already done. It's finished. Everything is happening now. It's all about your perception and what you're being aware of. You can only be aware of one narrow thing, but there's other infinite amount of possibilities that are possible, right? That are actually happening. You're just not aware of it. So I'm telling you that if you're looking on this and it's not aligning with you, shift to this possibility that does align with you. So I'm going to give you a little bit of example of something how I did. One of my desires, one of my goals that I know was already done was the clothes started fitting me a little snugger, like all my clothes. And I like my clothes. I like my shades and my sunglasses. I like my clothes. And I'm not trying to give my clothes to anybody, so I need to fit in them. And so one of my things was I need to fit in my clothes, and I need to find out how. But it's not even to finding out how. It's moving to the possibility or the realm where I fit in my clothes just fine, right? I like to think of it as being like in a mansion. You live in a mansion, but you live like on the first floor, maybe in the basement. And that's not where you want to be. But we know that there's higher floors. We know they exist. You just have to move to that room. Pick yourself up and move. So it's not about fighting, resisting in this space. It's about knowing and choosing that space that already exists.